Hello and welcome to another edition of Interview with DJ Nocturna. This morning I've got the pioneering shoegazers and one of the first wave in the shoegaze genre, the VELDT. I've got Danny, who is one
Hey,
of
good
the
day.
on the show, who is one of the identical twins, right? You got another brother,
Yeah, Daniel. Yeah,
Daniel, but he can't join us today. But thank you
yeah,
for being here. So
no problem.
this is amazing. You're working with the legendary producer Robin Guthrie of the Cocteau Twins, and um this song that just you just he remastered, right? He initially produced it back in
Yeah,
the 80s. What
yeah,
your wait, first of all, when did it first? Okay, so I know you met him back in the day, right?
hmm yeah.
How did that all came about, and how did this collaboration happen?
Well, we'd always been a big fan of the Cocteau Twins since like 19 since the early '80s, and we were doing showcases for record companies back in the day, and one of the ladies was working with Robin Guthrie, so she hooked us up with him, and we went to London to record the album with him, and we had tried all other kind of producers and whatnot, and they were all kind of like they want us to be like Fishbone and
Hmm.
Lenny Kravitz and all this kind of shit, and we were like, no, we're not really into that, and they didn't really have a concept of what we were doing, you know what I'm saying? Even so that I had to go out and do a book report for these people to educate them about what we were feeling as far as music was concerned, you know what I'm saying? So it was a long battle to get your point across. It's like they never listened to us, basically. Our career's been like that. Basically, no one ever listened to what we wanted to do. So now that we have the opportunity to have these things out now, is like in no holds barred. I mean, we're taking a chance with it, no doubt. But if we don't do it now, when are we going to do it?
Right, right. So this album was called the Illuminated 1989, right?
Yeah.
It was
hmm
never it was created but never released, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
This track, yeah. So how did you meet up with Robin again to because he remastered it, right? This is a
Yeah.
yeah.
We stayed in contact over the years. I mean, we opened up for them a couple of times, the Cocteaus, and we just kind of kept, we just remained friends throughout the years, and we finally said, you know what, let's take a chance and do this right quick, man. We're not getting any younger, basically, so we kept a strong friendship from that point on.
But what is it that triggered this particular track, the Everlasting Gobstopper? I mean, why this particular track? Like, how did it come up? Oh, let's just do this. It's been a while. It's been like decades.
Well, yeah, for that reason, is because it's been decades. It's like, we never stopped playing this kind of music ever,
Yeah.
a lot of our contemporaries broke up and whatnot, and I'm pretty sure life happens, you know what I'm saying? But I thought the objective was to bring this kind of music to the fore. I didn't think in 1997, I didn't think it was time to stop playing music when a lot of other people did, I think it was the music of the future, basically, because as I said before, I don't think it got the chance to really marinate the way other genres were, what I'm saying, at the time. I think grunge was happening, and then boy bands started being popular and whatnot. And I just didn't see that as a death knell to stop playing music, especially
Right.
this kind. But now, as you see, everybody's catching up to us now. So you know what I'm saying. So you kind of have to educate everybody, about what's going on. Especially when you got all the cards stacked up against you. When you put racial stuff into it too. So that's just another format. But the thing is to be vigilant and not give up. You
Mhm.
know,
Mhm.
that's the idea. Determination. And I think a lot of these young kids out here they're digging the music and they're starting bands and whatnot. I think it's a good time.
So tell us a little bit about you guys as your brother, and you guys are identical twins.
Mm.
You started the Veil in 1986. Is that
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So how did you guys start it out? I know you were influenced by gospel, Motown, and a lot of that stuff. Pink Floyd, I was reading about it. So
Yeah.
how did you start out in music? Did you guys are identical twins. You guys must feel each other a lot, Yeah, very.
Sometimes not. But I mean, he was playing in nightclubs before I was. He was playing in an adult band, so to speak, like that did the Chitlin circuit, like, you know, kind of juke joint kind of band. And they played Prince covers and stuff like that with a bunch of older Black dudes. And I played in church for a while. But, you know, I played in church for a while, but then they fired me because I played too loud. And we just kind of got together and started the band together at that time with a guy named Robert Jackson, God bless his soul. And our first gig was opening for this local band called Corrosion of Conformity, which was a hardcore show, punk band.
Yeah. Wow.
My friend Reed Mullen was a drummer in the band. And all those guys, they got us to open up for them one time with the other bands like Neon Christ, Marginal Man, and all these kind of hardcore groups. And we just had a drum machine, a bass, guitar, and keyboards. And that was our first gig, 1983, 84, something like that. Yeah.
So now you guys are still going strong, right? And so who's part of who are the band members now currently? Because
the main members are me, Daniel, and my brother, my brother and Hayato, Japanese guy who's with us. Hayato is one of the main writers of the group. So it's basically the three of us in the group that write all the music and whatnot, you know. And we have a cast of characters that play with us every little once in a while, you know.
Oh, so when you do live shows?
Yeah, there's a guy named LG. He's in a band called Deadleaf Echo and Clone, and he's a part of our 5BC family. And then you got Martin. Martin's in a band called Ice Blink. They're going to be on 5BC2. And Micah Gaw, his jazz, a saxophone player. He has his own thing. He played with Arto Lindsay and people like that. And he's a part of the group sometimes too, you know. It's usually when everybody can afford to come and play. If not, you know, we don't really need a full band. But yeah, that's the working unit we got right now, you know.
It's great. Now I know you guys opened up for the Cocteau Twins. You toured with them and the Jesus and Mary Chain. This is back in the 80s. And then your album Aphrodisiac is actually in the list of the top 50 shoegaze albums ever released.
Yeah.
And since then you've done other albums, you know, Love at First Hate in 1998, White Music for Black People in 2017, and now, prior to being the VELDT, you were also called Apollo Heights, right? You changed that for a moment.
Yeah, we were trying to, you know, by some bad advice by a A&I guy. He said, "Well, you guys need to change your name," and we were like, "Okay," for a minute. And then we thought about it for a minute, and we're like, "Nah, this is about legacy. This is not about personal preference anymore." You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just to show you that when people don't listen to you, and you finally just get fed up, you're like, you know what? I'm going to do this my way kind of thing. And that's where we are right now.
Yeah. No, I'm glad I like the name, actually, the VELDT.
Yeah, people look, if you've been told no so much, then what else are you going to do? You know?
Right. So this single is out again. It's remastered by the legendary Robin Guthrie.
Yes.
And there's a B-side now. You just released, right? There's a B-side.
B-side, yeah.
So tell us about that one.
Well, the B-side is that we did like a remix kind of like that from the Cocteau Twins record, Otherness, with that has Sea Feel on it. So we did a kind of remix of that on our own and kind of updated it a little bit. So we did it like that, you know.
So that's the Joshua Lullaby, right?
No, Joshua Lullaby, yeah, this Robin. Yeah, Robin Guthrie, yeah. Robin did that a while back. Yeah. I thought you meant Aurora Borealis, sorry.
Oh, yeah, that too. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so there's so much going on, you know. So this is released in vinyl as well, right? The Everlasting Gobstopper. Is that in vinyl?
Yes, it is. Yeah, yes, it is. Yes.
Oh, that's great.
And the B-side is Joshua Lullaby, which is a really good song. We Robin did it a while back too, but it's never that wasn't on the original album.
Yeah, that's great. So this album, this vinyl, it's a 12-inch and is out on, is that the label 5BC Records?
Yes, that's us. Yes.
Okay. All right. So if somebody wanted to, how can they get the LP version and all that?
Oh, you can go to Bandcamp.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, and then of course you have you're on social media, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram. Like, you know, you can hit us up there. People, if people want to know where we are, they know how to find us.
Yeah, and of course, big shout out to Shameless Promotion PR for.
Yes. She was on me this morning. Like, you know, you got to get an interview. I said, oh, okay. So I said, I'll do it. Don't worry.
Yeah. No, great.
She's
Thank you.
she's definitely a go-getter, that girl, you know.
Oh yeah, totally. She's like one of the best, I gotta say. And
Hey,
big
man,
shout
she's relentless. She gets the word out, definitely. That's why I try to tell all these people that are in bands. I said, you need to call Shauna, because Shauna should make sure that, you
yeah.
know,
She's
get
like the
done.
ever ready. She's like the ever ready bunny, you know.
Hell yeah, right?
That never stops. She's like dun, 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 like okay, okay.
Yeah, man. I said, okay, Shauna, I'm doing it right now. You know, God
She's
bless her
good.
heart. She means well, though, you know. But
Oh,
we got a good team behind us, man. And she's been a really big part of people getting to know who we are again, actually, you know. And we really love her for that, you know, because there's not many people that really want to go to bat for some 57-year-old shoegaze dude. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, that's
that's
great.
a lot of
I
work.
gotta say, you have one of the, I don't know if that's you or your brother that's on the front picture of this one of the press releases. You're wearing a hat. You're wearing the denim. I mean, this it's like it's so what a great photo.
Oh, thanks.
I don't know if
I don't
that's
know,
you.
but I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
a cool
we
photo.
haven't really changed styles that much. I mean, really, you know,
Yeah,
kind
you
of.
guys are. I mean, I love the fashion. I it sort of reminds me of it's kind of retro in some ways, you know.
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's great
I
though.
mean,
So yeah, I mean, it reminds me so much of the '80s, but yet it has that flashback even further back and even current. So
right on. Yeah, I thank you. I appreciate it a lot. And I'm really happy that people like the music, you know, still, you know, because I mean, I thought the music was timeless, so to speak. It's like when you put on a
yes.
Led Zeppelin record, it's timeless. I mean, you know, you don't really have a place in time where it goes. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like the future is like, you know, endless kind of thing like that. You know, and I
And
think music is the same way.
and Robin kind of influenced you guys, right? In many
Big
ways.
time, he did. Yeah, I mean, he like when we did a record, right? Gobstopper. I would come back from the studio or something. Our first time in London, and he would be recording some stuff, and Gobstopper played, right. I said, wait a minute, I didn't play guitar on that. But he goes, yeah, but you would have though, right? In other words, he played the guitar on it. I was like, yeah, whatever, man, you
Wow.
know.
Yeah, he's amazing. I love Robin Guthrie. And the interview with Robin is up on my YouTube channel if anybody want to check that out.
Ah, cool.
I think it was like a couple of years ago, if not maybe last year, a couple of years ago. Yeah, it's up there.
Yeah,
And he's still going strong as ever, and
he
this
used
is
to go. He used to go. Went to the studio. He used to go, today as your leader.
I can see him
What
saying
to do
that
so
to
as
you.
your leader.
I can totally see him saying that to you in the way he's
Oh man, he was
I can
he's
hear his
hilarious.
voice. I can hear his voice saying that.
Yeah, man. So today, as your leader, because we adored him. You know, we adored Robin. You know what I'm saying? You know, not for just being like a jerk like that, but he was because he's a good guy. He's a good friend. You know,
Yeah,
him
yeah.
and Liz and Simon and those guys. I mean, I know they have their differences, but at the end of the day, they're all very, very good people.
I mean, he's so gifted and talented. I mean, he's part of me growing up, part of my life,
Yeah, yeah,
music,
right.
the
And
music
Liz has a
and
new
her
project
too.
with her husband with Damon, and that's great too. You know, and
Yeah.
I'm hoping one day that they'll, you know, drop that guard and, you know, do something before somebody croaks. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Oh, yeah, that's always hard. When somebody's gone, then the whole band is gone too, right? Especially if they're a big
Yeah, I'm like, all right, man, y'all better get with it. But
uh
they're all very, you know, good people, man. And I know I wouldn't trade those experience for nothing. You know.
so I just have another question. So how do you think how have you guys evolved through the years, with doing this recording and back in the day and then now? What is the difference between the is there any difference in the music in this particular single?
And our stuff, like you mean what Gobstopper, you mean?
Hmm.
No,
Yeah.
nothing different about it. We're still doing the same thing we did a long time ago.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Other than like this, some of the production is different, and you know, it's a little bit more aggressive uh than 1989. You know, so now some of the newer recordings are a little bit more raw. You know.
Because back then everything was raw, right? I mean, now we have digital. Everything's digital now. People
Yeah.
can any kind of music in these day and
Yeah,
age.
Robin has always been a advocate of future stuff. You know, he didn't like nostalgia too much, and he doesn't like it when it comes to production either. You know, in fact, he doesn't really like vinyl at all because he says that when the industry changed to CDs or whatever else, sounds were, you know, advancing. So he thought it was kind of like taking a step back by putting stuff on vinyl and whatnot. And I get his idea to a certain extent, but I think that his dislike of nostalgia has a lot to do with that, and also sound quality as well. He has ears that are just, you know, better than mine. But I mean, he knows what sounds good. You know, I give him that much. You know, but he's a bit of a curmudgeon on vinyl, and you know, he has his own opinions about it. But I respect that. You know.
And in this single, "The Everlasting Gobstopper," Elizabeth Fraser is also in the vocals, right?
No, only on Robert Alice. I mean, she makes a cameo, and I think it was a mistake somebody put on there that said featured, because I don't want people to think we're trying to milk that. But you know how the media is; they'll take something and they'll run with it. So I'm like, yeah, whatever. You know, if I had time to address everybody's opinion about what we put up, I'll be dead by now.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, congratulations on this, on the music, on the current music, and I'm glad that you guys are able
Thank you very much.
get Robin to remaster this track and bring it out and come back to life again. And thank you for being on the show. And
yeah, thank you. Anytime.
And are you guys like doing any performances somewhere, like live shows?
Yeah, we're playing tonight. We have like I'm on my way right now to join my crew. We're doing a festival here called Noir Bazaar, which is our festival, and it's in the middle of a hopscotch festival, another local festival here in town. We got this festival started just so we could have all the shoegaze people and artists who are included. So we made it an inclusive kind of festival called Noir Bazaar, where we bring everybody together. So we're doing that today. Today's the second day of it. It's only 2 days, so today's the last day. We're playing tonight around 10.
Well, you know, thank you for being here. And I know you're busy and everything.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's an honor to have you on the show. And Daniel and Danny Chavis, you're the guitarist, and your brother is the vocalist guitarist for the VELDT. And,
yes.
And thank you.
Hayato he plays bass and guitar too.
Yeah,
so.
right. The other guy. Yeah. Yep. Well, thank you so much. God, I'm so grateful to have you on this interview.
Yeah.
Thank
nice
you.
to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. Okay, one moment. Thank you.